I finally found them. An inexpensive pair of Moc Toe safety boots with a defined heel that not only are inexpensive, they look pretty damn good to boot. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Tony with Style45. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. If you've seen our videos before, it's good to have you back. So, this is the 6-inch comp toe Moc Toe safety boot from a brand called IronAge that some of you may have seen on Amazon. And to be honest with you, I had never heard of the brand before, but about 8 or 9 months ago when I was looking for a Moc Toe safety boot with a defined heel, I came across. And what makes these boots so interesting to me is that, one, while looking for a boot like this, I found out that not too many work boot companies make a classic looking Moc Toe safety boot with a defined heel. And two, the ones that do, let's just say they don't sell them at a very budget friendly price. So when I came across these IronAge Solidifier boots that only cost $124 and they look good, I was ecstatic because I was about to spend $260 on a pair of Thorogood Moc Toe safety boots with a defined heel. But rather than do that, I decided to be cheap and save some money, and I went with these. And for the most part, I'm glad I did. But there's certain things about these boots that you need to know if you're thinking about picking up these boots. But more on that in a minute. So I'm going to be going over the good, the not so good, and the bad things about these boots. I'll also be comparing these boots to a pair of my buddies' Thorogood Moc Toe safety boots with a defined heel because, as you can see, they look pretty similar to each other, and to my surprise, they're made almost exactly the same as far as material and construction goes, just that the Thorogoods are double the price of these. And there is some reasons for that, but I'll touch more on that a little later on in the video. But before I do that, I'm going to go over some specs of these boots real quick to see how they compare to the Thorogood Moc Toe safety boots with a defined heel. And then I'll be letting you guys know my experience with these boots and if I think you should consider picking up a pair of these IronAge Solidifier 6-inch work boots. So when it comes to the safety toe on these boots, the IronAge boots are made with the composite toe and the Thorogoods are made with the steel toe. And if you don't know the difference between the two, all you need to know is both these boots are ASTM rated the same, so both of these boots will protect your toes equally as well. Now, when it comes to the leather on these boots, both of these boots are made with full grain leather, with the IronAge boots having a nubuck finish and the Thorogoods having an oil tan finish. Out of the box, the leather on these boots looks completely different, but after a few months of wear and tear, in my opinion, they start to look about the same. Now, when it comes to the stitching on these boots pretty much have the same stitch pattern, with the exception of the Thorogoods having an extra stitch around the midsole that's there strictly for aesthetic, but in my opinion, give them a more premium look. Now, speaking of midsole, both of these boots are made with a synthetic material midsole as opposed to leather, and both of these boots are made with a polyurethane sole. And from what I gather, this is pretty standard for a work boot like this. I also want to mention that both these boots are made with a Goodyear well, and the IronAge boots are insulated and have moisture wicking lining, and the Thorogoods are not insulated. It's all leather, so depending on what environment you usually work in, you might like one of these features over the other. Now, before I go over my 9-month experience with these boots, I need a favor from you guys. If this video has been helpful thus far, I need you guys to consider subscribing, or at the very least, giving this video a thumbs up. It'd be greatly appreciated, and I thank you guys in advance. So, when I first received these boots 9 months ago and I opened up the box, I was pleasantly surprised on how they look and how they felt because there's not too many reviews of these boots online, and the photos I've seen of these boots online didn't exactly put them in a very flattering light. So I took it upon myself to take some photos and video of these boots in different lighting and different situations so you guys could have a more accurate representation of how these boots really look. Now, I know looks wouldn't mean anything if these boots didn't feel good on my feet, and here's where I had a little issue. Even though these boots are true to size and I ordered the standard width, they are a little wide. There was a little too much wiggle room in them for my taste, so the way I remedied this was I went on Amazon and ordered these flat insoles and I stacked them underneath the existing insoles, and now these boots fit like a glove. So if you have a medium to thin foot and you're really thinking about picking up these boots, I would suggest you also pick up some of these insoles. They're only about $6 for a pack of 3. I'll leave the link in the description down below. But if you have a medium to wider foot, I think the standard width in these boots will fit you perfect out of the box. Now, when it comes to these boots being waterproof, here's where I was extremely skeptical, but it just so happens that I received these boots while we were having a rainstorm out here for about a week and a half. So I wore these boots every day in that rainstorm, and I was stepping in puddles, kicking water on purpose, just to see if these boots were truly waterproof. And I can say without a doubt, these boots are truly waterproof. They kept my feet bone dry that whole week and a half I was wearing them in the rain. Now, another aspect of these boots that I was concerned about was the sole. because I've owned other work boots in the $80 to $150 range, and it seems like the soles on those boots didn't last me very long before I noticed considerable wear on the soles. Now, I've been wearing these boots for 9 months in all types of weather, over all types of terrain, and even though the sole has worn down some, it hasn't worn down enough to cause me any concern. So at this rate, I do see myself getting about 1.5 years of use out of these boots before I have to buy new ones. Now, comparing that to the Thorogoods and the reviews I've read and the people I've talked to that own those boots, they say on average they get about 1.5 years to 2 years of use out of their boots before they either have to get them resold or buy new ones. So for $124 and about 1.5 years of use out of these boots, I do consider that a good return on my money. Now, just to be clear, in no way am I saying that these boots are better than the Thorogoods. As a matter of fact, there's things about the Thorogoods that I like way better than these boots, but it's mostly superficial things. What I am saying is, if you're looking for a work boot that's comparable to the Thorogoods at half the price, or you're starting a new job and you're on a budget, I would definitely recommend checking out these IronAge Solidifier 6-inch work boots. And on a side note, the reason why the Thorogoods might cost double the money of these boots is because they are made in America and they do have a few embellishments that, in my opinion, give them a more premium look. Now, if those embellishments are worth another $125 to you, that's up for you to decide. Either way, I'm gonna have the lowest price link for these and the Thorogoods in the description down below. So click on those links, save some money, and help out the channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.